Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Throwlash Nations. This is episode 17, and we are out in the desert. Our home is about, 300 blocks in a that-away direction, and we are picking up some dead bushes here from the desert because this is probably one of the scarcest resources in Minecraft. You can't obtain it through anything but going to a desert, a mesa, and but the wandering trader, I think, sells it. You can't bone meal it. You can't do any of that sort of stuff. You literally need to get this from one of those biomes. So if you're not near one of those biomes, or you've mined out that entire biome worth of dead bushes, you are kind of out of luck. It sucks to be you. That's all she wrote for you. I know they're kind of weird looking. They're kind of ugly, but I do have a use for them today, so that's why we're out here collecting them. I think 6 more. We'll get a whole stack of them, and then we'll be on our way. Home sweet home. Infested as usual, but I have been a busy bee while we've been away. As you can see, all of my tools are repaired. I've got all of my armor repaired, and I have some ender pearls because I've built an ender out in the end. And I also got a little kitty. If you want to come up with a name for Lay Kitten, please let me know. There was a swamp hut over that way, and I got Kitty and brought it home. So yeah, I've been up to a bunch of things here. I haven't gotten anything done in AnthAerra today, but that is what we are going to be working on, actually, is I've collected up all of these dead bushes to start working on the path a bit, because I would like to put some pieces of coarse dirt in here every now and then to look like this path is, it's seen better days, essentially, and every now and then I'll probably want to stick in a dead bush, just to show that it's a bit overgrown. But yeah, give me just 1 second and I'll show you the ender if you haven't seen one. So to get to our ender, we just take a nice little lazy stroll through the nether here, and we stop at this location, and this portal here takes us to the end any second now. There we go. And we'll get right in here to the end. And what I've done is just your basic Nembomb ender. And let me go ahead and fly out here if I can do it without dying, because it is a little bit treacherous. Whew! And well, as you can see, the Endermen all spawn. They get attracted to a... let me look up this way. They get attracted to a Endermite that's sitting right inside of that minecart. Let me turn some of these sounds down. That's video settings. Music and sounds. There we go. Hostile creatures, I'll shut them off. So Endermen are angry for some reason at Endermites. So you just spawn an Endermite on a platform, put it in a minecart, name it, roll it onto some carpet, and add some carpets and leaves everywhere. Whoa! Because Endermen normally can't teleport to those locations, I do have to do a little bit of cleaning up here. The constant ticking is because excuse me, folks, okay, there we go. Little XP. Constant ticking is because I'm grabbing all the ender pearls and then siphoning them up a water tube into these chests here. I will eventually make more chests when I need to, and have them come down. Excuse me, go into the void, sir. Thank you. And then if I have more ender pearls than the chests can hold, they'll just go rocketing into the void and despawn. But just to give you a basic idea of how ridiculous this is, let's ow, take a couple of swings at some Endermen here, and then take a look into F5 mode here once I kill all these guys off. And as you can see, you're getting a lot of XP out of this. And there's still a lot in the hoppers and stuff down there. So it is very, very quick. It's a very effective farm. There's a little bit of it that can be dangerous, and I'll work on that at later times. But yeah, I'll put Nembomb's the link to the video in the description below, so check that farm out if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. A little bit broken up here and there. I might put a little bit of grass in here too, maybe path blocks, just to look like it's really been, walked on and unkept and kind of grown over a little bit as well. But today I want to work on the path. I want to bring this path over here to our fishing district. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. And, complete this kind of circle here with our path block stuff. That's the goal for today, and try and get the path hooked up here as well. I want to set some of these down over here too. Ooh, let's do that. Yes. But I want to get this path in and connect it up here to the fishing district, and I might even go a little crazy and get more of the path. Maybe get the big open area over here as well, and maybe the path going that way too. But yeah, let's get right to it. I got my project box here ready to go. Let's get on it. You always show up I wish you were better. I really do. I wish you were so much better, because you have so much potential than this. So now that the Wandering Trader has left, and I've dug out a bit of a channel here for our path to go in, I do have this area set up here for our little square circle. Even though it's called a circle, I guess even though it is a circle, excuse me, I guess it's still called a square. So I'm just going to do what we've done before and line this entire thing with gravel. I'm probably going to run out of gravel doing this part. I might be good, but I'm not. I'm really not holding out hope, to be honest. Oh, that's gonna be weird. Let's knock that bad boy out there. But while we're doing this, I would like to talk about potential ways that the Wandering Trader could be better. Now, don't get me wrong with the Village and Pillage update. It was a nifty thing to add the Wandering Trader in there. I don't think he is necessarily a bad addition to the game. I just think with the Village and Pillage update and everything we got in that, the Wandering Trader is just, compared to everything else, extremely lackluster. Like, you add all these amazing new villager capabilities and the pillagers, the raids, pillager beasts, and just completely changing the way villager trading happens, and then this dude who just walks around with a couple of llamas and gets in your way all the time. And his trades aren't great. In the early days, he can have some really, really solid trades, but in the early days, you don't have emeralds. Like, you barely have any emeralds whatsoever. So, what is the point of the solid trades if you can't actually trade for them, It's just, it's... I don't know. They could have done better. They could have done better with the Wandering Trader. I just think he's not really as good as they were expecting or thinking he could have been. Ways to improve him? Yeah, I don't really know. That's a tough one. Mainly because you don't want to put too much emphasis on something that just shows up randomly. Like, the reason you put a lot of emphasis on something like the Wither is because it's really difficult to spawn in, and it's also difficult to fight, really. So you should put a lot of emphasis on the Wither. You put a lot of emphasis and a lot of care into the villagers, because they really should be a full-time thing. Villagers should be something that you are, constantly working with or working on in your world. But the Wandering Trader just is random, just 100% completely random. So I don't think it's a good thing to put a lot of faith in something that may or may not show up at any point in time. Just completely, random on how it appears. Something that I think would be really cool, and I know that there is a map. I think there's a map, anyways, that I saw Mojang advertise at some point for the wandering trader being, like, you need to rescue him or something like that. I think adding support for something like that would be amazing. Like, you go to a pillager outpost, and instead of the iron golem inside the little pen that's there for the iron golem, pen, jail cell, I guess that might be a better word. um, yeah, you have a wandering trader in there that you need to save, I think that would be really cool. And then after you save him, he maybe gives you some discounts, or you get, like, hero of the trader or something like that, and he'll start humchucking you items or something. I don't know. I'm just, thinking off the seat of my pants. That's not right. Just throwing some stuff out there that I think would definitely help that that mob, that entity, because honestly, he's really bad at the moment. Just not something that I see and I'm like, oh man, I'm glad you're here. I see the wandering trader and I'm like, oh, you showed up again. Great. Let's see what kind of crappy trades you have for me this time. Maybe some interaction between traders and villages would be kind of nice. Like when you find a Minecraft village, there's a chance that the trader spawns with it, and some of the villagers are trading their goods, and maybe they're busy. I don't know, you see goods flying back and forth between the wandering trader and the villagers themselves. I don't know, that would, bring some immersion, bring some depth. Wow, that was hard. Some depth into the game and into the trader. That might not be a bad idea. What do you guys think? Anything that comes to your mind with the wandering trader? Like I said, I feel like there's so much more that could be done with that character that is essentially becoming a meme now. Like, everyone's so sick of the wandering trader showing up that when he does, everybody's like, oh my gosh, really, again? Like, oh, look, the wandering trader shows up and hey, surprise, surprise, he's got bad traits. Like, I don't know, it's just something I feel like it could be so much better than it is. I've said that 1,000 times. I'm sorry. I'm a broken record now. All right, and there's our path going in there to our little square. I might come in with a couple of stairs and make it look a little patchy. Maybe get some slabs coming up so they kind of stick out of the ground a little bit. Over here, as you can see, I've put a couple of buttons in, and I put these bushes in as well, the dead bushes. And obviously, I'm going to come in here and do the same. Put a bush every now and then. Again, I just want to, it's overgrown and dead. So yeah, I think this turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. Let me get some of these buttons in here and get a couple of stair blocks and some slabs and see what I can make happen with a little bit more depth, a little bit more than just the buttons. Yeah, I like that. That's not so bad. I like it that it's a bit of an irregular shape. I might fix that so it's straight, but I don't think I'm going to like it if it is, so I might keep that like that. I got to connect that side up over there. I do like the stairs, and I took a lot of the bushes out just because it was a little too much texture there with the bushes. But I do like this. I put some slabs down, and it was too much. Just too much difference in the height and such. It just didn't look right at all. But now what I'm thinking is, after I connect these two together, I gotta get some lampposts in. So I might put one here and here, kind of at the entrance of this, and I might put one in the center, like a quad one in the center. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta put some up there as well, and yeah, I'm kind of thinking a barrier for around the dock as well. Maybe like some stone brick wall or something like that. I'm not 100% sure at the moment, but I definitely am liking this design. I'm going to carry it out with the rest of the pathways over here. as well. So let me crack on getting this done and get a couple more pathways done, and I'll see y'all in just a minute. There is something just so oddly satisfying about swinging a shovel around and just digging up dirt. I did not think I was going to be terraforming today, but I did want to shave down at least this layer of grass, of dirt here. And I could do this all day. I could do this all day long. I really need to find a gigantic desert somewhere that I can just go out and swing a shovel around or two and just dig up so much dirt. And by dirt I mean sand. Digging up dirt right now. But yeah, I could do this all day long. So I've decided to change out the stone brick path for a cobblestone path. And although it kind of hurts me because, you know, we've done all this progress on the path so far, it kind of makes sense to me to have a cobblestone path instead of the stone brick path, mainly for a couple of reasons. The first one is a lot of our buildings are made mainly with stone brick, and a lot of our accent features are made with stone brick. So stone brick on the ground, I feel like would just be too much. It would just the path would kind of like disappear into the buildings. You wouldn't really be able to distinguish the two between building and path. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a good change. Plus, cobblestone is generally, I'm going to say, quote-unquote, easier to get a hold of. That might not be 100% the case, but I'm going to go with it, folks. So I'm just going to take a little bit of time and kind of delete all of the stone brick here and swap it out with some cobblestone. I'm going to keep some of the textured stuffs, like I might keep some of the mossy stone brick. I'm definitely going to keep the cracked stone bricks, just because I think they look pretty good in with the almost cracked texture of the cobblestone. So I'm going to keep those in there. But, yep, I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of this stuff with cobble and then texturize it. Texturize. And I'll bring you guys back once it's all done, just so we can take a look, see if it was a good idea. I think it's going to be, but we'll be back in just a second. Not nearly as textured as before. However, I do like it. I think cobblestone is a good path block. It really makes sense as a path block, to be perfectly honest. Gosh, I almost said old-timey places, and I don't think that's right at all. But I think a lot of places, especially maybe in Europe, I'm not really sure, cobblestone is kind of like the preferred block for pathing? For paths? I don't know what I'm trying to say here, folks. But no, I think this turned out all right. I definitely think this turned out okay. I definitely need some more coarse dirt. But as you can see over here, let me just run over here real quick. I've dug out this area. This is also all going to be a square around here. We've got, another build that's over here. And then the path is also going to follow this yellow line down around this way and then kind of turn into our rustic path once we hit the green here. So, yeah, lots more pathing to do. Let me go ahead and get it done, and I'll bring you guys back once it's all set. And I've officially run out of cobblestone. Let's see if I need to dig up a couple more. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Woo. Man, that's handy. I'll have to come back here pretty soon, though, to get some more, but hey, at least we can keep working. And that is a hot mess. Oh, boy. I think it's going to look much better once we actually get some structures around here, and I want to put something in the center there. Probably not a fountain, because I feel like in this era of these buildings, they wouldn't have a fountain, maybe like a tree in the center. I got this path over here done as well. It looks pretty good, and I am so glad that I switched down to cobblestone. I am so glad. Let's actually take a fly down over here. Yep, very glad. Very glad we switched to cobblestone. I'm super happy with this, actually. surprisingly happy with this. I always, when I see a bunch of cobblestone all over the place, it makes me think of my days in Alpha Minecraft, which I'm not saying Alpha Minecraft was bad. I'm just saying it was just cobblestone as far as the eye could see, and that was bad. But I might have gone a little button happy. Maybe I'll get rid of a couple buttons here and there. But yeah, I'm super happy with this path construction, this path. What's the word I'm looking for? Not layout, path, palette. The palette of the path palette. I'm very happy with this. I am going to, let's see, we've got a couple other things that we need to do. There's this here, which connects the barn and the farmhouse to these two sides of the path. And then this path palette will continue up this way. And I might make this another little tiny courtyard, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I know the building that's going to go here, and I have ideas of what's going there. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with that path yet, though. And I think this building might be the one that we build next. But yeah, let me think on it for a bit, and I'll be right back. Well, we are not going to do this path just yet. I did dig a little bit of a channel, but I still have a lot more digging to do, and I got to replace all of this puzzle with grass. But what I have done instead, besides getting attacked by a patrol, is I did these paths over here, and I extended this grass out. And I figured this might be a little seating area or just something that's been overgrown. Might maybe put another, ruin in here. Who knows? But it'll all depend on how this building looks in the end. But yeah, I went ahead and I connected from the main path down to the barn and also over to the farmhouse and then back up to the main path over here. And I think the transitions look, basic, but pretty good, if I do say so myself. I'll probably try a custom tree right here, maybe? I don't really know 100% yet. And I also filled this hole in, and I think it looks, honestly, a ton better just filled in. But unfortunately, I do believe that is all the time that we're going to have for today with Nations. I feel like we're actually getting somewhere now. Like, this is starting to turn into a town, and it's just a path. We still only have, 3-4 buildings. But the path makes it feel like it's a place now. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Nations. If you like the video, make sure to like it. Hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all their crazy shenanigans. I might work on some of the lighting and stuff in between episodes, but the next one will be the building that is directly behind me. And we will see you all in that episode. Goodbye!